Midazolam is Versed, a benzodiazepine used in anesthesia. Comes from the pharmacy as an IV solution as 100 milligrams per 100 milliliters. The order is for a 220-pound patient to get 0.1 milligrams per kilogram per hour. At what rate in milliliters per hour will the IV pump be set? So since milliliters per hour is the question, milliliters per hour is the answer. And since milliliters is in the numerator of the answer, milliliters needs to be in the answer of the numerator. And let's not forget the time component in the bottom. So there's a set of milliliters right there that I can use. I'll take those milliliters and I'll put them in the numerator. And now milliliters is in the numerator where milliliters belongs. 100 milliliters over 100 milligrams is the same thing as 1 milliliter per 1 milligram. So now we have milligrams in the denominator, and we need those milligrams to cancel out because we want a time component in the denominator. Hours is what we want in the denominator. And there's an hour in the denominator, 0.1 milligrams per kilogram per hour. And 0.1 milligram per kilogram times an hour is how we set up 0.1 milligram per kilogram. The fraction A over B, that over C over D, is going to be equal to A times D over B times C. A over B we'll think of as the fraction on top, and C over D is the fraction on bottom, and we'll think about that middle bar is like a hinge, and we'll just roll the bottom one up. Does that make sense? And now we have A times D over B times C. So when we have a milligram over a kilogram over an hour, that's the same thing as a milligram per kilogram over an hour over 1. And it'll flip up. And when it does that, we end up with milligrams over kilograms times an hour. Does that make sense? Yep. So that's how 0.1 milligrams over a kilogram times an hour is laid out in this fashion. Well, notice my milligrams have canceled out. And I'm left with milliliters over kilograms over an hour. Well, we want milliliters per hour. That's what we're working towards. And we're left with this, kilograms. And so now we want kilograms to cancel out. Well, a kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds, which is the same thing as 2.2 pounds per kilogram. And so by putting kilograms in the numerator and 2.2 pounds in the denominator, I can cancel the milligrams, I can cancel the kilograms, and now I need to get rid of pounds. So if we put the 220 pounds on top, then notice my pounds have canceled out, my kilograms canceled out, my milligrams have canceled out, and I'm left with milliliters per hour. And I'm left with 220 times 0.1 over 2.2, which is equal to 10 milliliters an hour. We have like the stewardess. I flew somewhere over the weekend, the stewardesses, they point to the exits. It's such a beautiful thing on Hawaiian Airlines. We have the most beautiful hand motions. And we have this going on in the front row. We have hand motions that go on with the exits are in the back. All right? I get to edit all that stuff out. It's okay. Just wait till you see the final version.